Well, we got this match last week in the same place in the lower bracket. Last week it was Cosmic who took out Kings of Urban, eliminated them from the tournament. A little bit of revenge justification for Kyle Mass. So that was a big perk for him. So we could see a lot of the same here. Looking at the rest of the bracket as it's played out so far, Swarm sending Complain to the lower bracket, mixing things up a little bit. And you had Flipside who sent Cosmic down here. So surprise, surprise, Flipside versus Swarm for the millionth time. But, that happens all the time apparently. But yeah, I mean, a really interesting match. I think this is going to be one of the better matchups here in the lower bracket, just in terms of excitement. We know how good these two teams are. We know that they've met before, and Kings of Urban has lost before, and Cosmic has been performing really well. I could see them taking this series, but it's going to be good.
Well, we're going to try to join up with this match real quick to see if it's as good as we hope it's going to be. Kings of Urban definitely out for revenge after falling to Cosmic last week. I wouldn't be surprised to see them coming out swinging, and I know that Gambit and Squad have the ability to really take a whole series from Cosmic, as they have done it before.
True. Well, we do know a little bit of a change for Kings of Urban. It could be good, could be bad. We're not sure. Gambit had to be subbed out. I guess he had to leave. So Waffles from VQ is actually taking his place. So this will be interesting. Now that, we've got a slightly revised Kings of Urban, we know the quality of Waffles, but is he the same type of player that Gambit is? So how will this puzzle kind of play out? I think that's the big question mark here.
So we're going to go on board with Fireburner here.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see, because Gambit is a super aggressive offensive player, and Waffles is not. On VQ, that's typically Lachinio's role, I would say. So this should be very interesting in terms of how it plays out, but there was a very close exchange that did not actually result in anything quite yet.
So Fireburner, Fireburner, we've seen quite a bit of good defense from Fireburner today, playing the net. We saw a lot of really great saves, especially against Titanium. Ricochet had some pretty gnarly ones. So I'm going to keep my eye on him in terms of what's going on the defensive side, and a great defensive opportunity here for Kings of Urban, as they are going to have to get this ball out. And Fireburner putting it out the side. We'll see if he's able to get this second wall hit, and he doesn't. But Vafeli is able to help out there.
Yeah, Waffles gets a nice little center there. Nobody able to really follow up on it, but there comes Fireburner, kind of out of nowhere. Tries to do something. Oh, what I think we're getting right now, and I'll be honest with you, it feels like both teams are playing a little bit of that, like, really slow, really let's feel each other out style of play here in game one. Being like, okay, exactly what are we going to get? Yeah, Sad Jr. nearly put that one away. But yeah, it feels like a little bit of just that, what are we getting here? How are they going to be playing out? Exactly what are we getting ourselves into?
Especially with Waffles coming in and subbing for Gambit, because Gambit has such a known style of play. Well, when you go up against Gambit, you know what you're going to be playing against. It doesn't really help you
right.
because he's so good, but they become a different team when you swap out a player like Gambit for a player like Waffles, because Gambit really does have that unique play style.
Oh yeah, like I was saying earlier, Gambit just has a very aggressive style of play. Like, he will go in and attack the ball, and that's not what Waffles typically does. That's not his style. So that is a big change. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad change. It's just a big change. And right now, I'm not seeing, it doesn't look bad. The team still looks like they're coming together. They have to adjust a bit, play a slightly different style of game, but it's working well so far.
Oh, and a great pass for Waffles into the mid, and Jacob clutching it, putting that one in.
That's a big example of what Waffles can bring to the game. Great setup there off the wall. Jacob in a good spot to get the finish. That's those two players filling their roles, finding out what works best for them. And Jacob kind of has to stand up a little bit and be that aggressive forward that Gambit usually is in this case. But he's good at that. He's capable of doing that with the right kind of setup.
Ooh, and Jacob almost having an opportunity to put another one in the net there. Fortunately, Kyle in a good spot, and Kronovi able to clear that out.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, Cosmic Aftershock is playing a little bit defensively here. They're kind of stuck dealing with a lot of chances that are coming out for Kings of Urban. So that could be a big break for them. Good little demolish there. And
a solid breakout here for Cosmic Aftershock. Hopefully they have the boost to keep the pressure on. But Vafeli with a great touch there, trying to get the ball back into Cosmic zone. You can see all three players from Cosmic right by the ball.
Oh, man, that was a big, wide open opportunity for Sad Jr., and he just floated it too high. That is rough. I mean, he had a good opportunity, got past everybody down.
Oh, and what a play!
Great demolition. That's when demolitions come in perfectly. You can see Kyle hanging back. Here comes Fireburner, takes him right out. Jacob just gets a nice wide open shot. Perfect use of the demolition.
Yeah, that demo just left the net wide open. If Jacob were to put that shot on net normally, there would have been a player there to block it easily, but Fireburner recognized that opportunity, anticipated the shot from Jacob, and zoomed in to get the demo and get his team up 2-0 with only a minute left. So a great play by Fireburner, making that goal happen.
Yeah, this is good. Kings of Urban riding a lot of momentum after their big 3-0 win over Titanium Ricochet. Could be enough to get them past Cosmic here, and they're just looking like a very solid team with Waffles on the squad.
Normally what we see out of Cosmic Aftershock is Kronovi and Sad working together quite a bit. Sad normally is the set guy. You can see him setting up the ball right there for Kronovi off the backboard, but we just haven't seen a lot of that from Cosmic so far. It seems like they have yet to get in their groove this game, and maybe that's just the game one feeling them out, situation. But I would look to see Sad Jr. and Kronovi start working together a little bit more, and that's what's going to need to happen for them to get back into the game.
Yeah, and a big thing, too, is they're not getting a ton of chances, and the chances that they are getting, while they're being put on net, they are ever so slightly off point. There's a distance one again that goes wide. I mean, every shot I've seen Cosmic put on that looked so good either hits the crossbar, hits the post, goes wide left, wide right. I mean, that's something they're going to need to focus on going into Game 2 here. Try to be a little more on point with the shots and really produce more. You know, they got to start putting the ball on net more frequently and get those quality chances that they are more than capable of doing. So